How about that for a take? Okay folks, this fly is an absolute cracker. If I was only allowed to have one fly to go fishing with, this would be it. It catches trout everywhere we fish it, in big lakes, small lakes. Never really tried it on rivers, but I'm sure it would work for bigger trout on rivers. But this is a fly that's designed specifically for catching trout from lakes. Now, what you're going to need for tying this bad boy is some olive fritz. Now, there's all sorts of different olive fritz. There's UV micro fritz, there's small crystal hackle fritz, there's alimacoist fritz, there's translucent fritz. There's all types of fritz, but what we're going to use this time is we're going to use pearl crystal hackle fritz. This one's by Flybox and is exactly the right length and has the right qualities for this fly that we're looking for. The hooks you're going to need are probably a size 8 or 10. I'm using Trout 8s for this fly, nice wide gape. Some black marabou, and you're going to need some gold beads for the head. This is a gold headed tadpole, classic tadpole style of fly. You're also going to need some black silk. You're going to need your scissors. You're going to need your whip finish tool. You're going to need a dubbing needle for varnishing the fly, and of course, last but not least, some varnish. That's the kit we're going to use, and we're going to tie the fly and show you how it's put together. It's very simple. Okay, so I've threaded the bead onto the hook. Dead easy to do. Hook's in the vise. Let's just make sure that that's in properly. This is a medium-sized bead, not that heavy. We just need to tie in behind it. No real need to glue it in or secure it because the fritz is going to do that. You'll see how that works. Okay, for the tail we're going to need some black marabou, black dyed marabou. I'm just going to take these bottom fibres off because they're a bit too short for what we need. We need this tail to be nice and long and flowing. Take a nice big chunk of that stuff. I tend to tie this in two goes because it's too cumbersome trying to tie a huge clump of this in all at once. Tie that in. Get your scissors. Snip there. Same again, another nice tuft of black marabou, about the same length. Tie it in at the same length, that is. And there's your nice streamer tail for the fly. This is what gives it a nice wiggle in the water, and the gold head, the combination of the gold head and the tail means that this fly tends to fish in a nice rise and fall style. It's great fished off a floating line or a slow intermediate. Sometimes fish it on a sinking line, but typically fish this on a floater or a sink tip or a midge tip or whatever. And fish it on a longish leader, probably with no droppers. You could fish droppers with this, with whatever your favourite dropper flies are, but typically this fly works well just fished on its own. So 12, 14, 20 foot leader, whatever you're comfortable with. And the longer the leader, the deeper you're going to get with the fly. And fish it in a rise and fall style. We're going to now take the pearl crystal fritz. Here it is, that's what it looks like. Nice long fibres, very simple. Just get the tail out of the way. Tie the end of that in. Bring your silk back to the front and start winding on. Now, it's put a turn on, hold the fibres back out of the way for the next turn. Don't worry about the head wiggling about at the moment. Keep turning, nice close turns all the way to the front. This is where you can afford to build up a bit at the front, because you want to fill that gap in between the back end of the body and the space that is behind the bead. Okay, pull that nice and tight. Couple of turns. You probably notice I'm left-handed, so for most of you this is viewing the right way round. I think most fly ties are right-handed. There's only the odd cack-hander out there. There you go. We're nearly done. This is a very simple but very effective fly. Whip finish tool, just put 4 or 5 turns of whip behind the head, and we're going to varnish that. Give it a twist, give it a little pull in all directions. Snip off. There's your fly. Now, in the water, this thing is very mobile. It's got a mobile body. It's got a mobile tail. It fishes in a rise and fall type of fashion because of the heavy head at the front. Don't worry about getting varnish on the gold bead. Bit more varnish on there. Don't worry about getting it on the gold bead, because all we do is give it a little wipe and you're done. There you have it. That's how to tie the green and black tadpole. If I was only allowed to go out fishing with one fly, this would be it. Obviously not in competitions, because it's illegal for 2 reasons. It's too long and it's got a weighted head. But just for pleasure fishing, for a day out when you want to get lots of takes and lots of sport, this is a great fly to use. It's a very straightforward fly to tie. Even for beginners, this is easy, straightforward stuff. If anyone's struggling, just drop me a line. The website address is on the screen. Drop me a line and I'll try and help you wherever I can. Good luck with this fly and tight lines till next time.